What's up? Welcome to another video. Currently in my spare room. I can't call it my office. It's a spare room with a spare bed that nobody's ever stayed in. My computer is where I do all my editing and stuff. So I've already been on a walk this morning. It's very hot outside. That's why I said in here I'm absolutely stifling hot. The sun's on the back of the house the whole day, so this room gets quite hot. I'm quite sweaty at the moment. So I've been on a morning walk, did about 4,000 steps this morning, and I had a good weigh in this morning before my walk. I weighed in at 189.6. I did say on Instagram that if I did get to under 190, I would do a cheat meal today. So what I'm not going to do is do a cheat day, which is what I did last time. A cheat day is ridiculous, really. It should be a cheat meal, but in all fairness, I hadn't enjoyed an Easter for 3 or 4 years, so that day I just let go and enjoyed myself. But today, the plan of action is I've eaten my oats already. I'm not going to bore you with my chocolate oats. I have that religiously every day. I'll have lunch then in a couple of hours' time. It's currently 1:20, so probably in about an hour or so I'll have some lunch. Heat my calories at around 1,200 to maybe 1,500 for the day. Save back about 800 or 900 calories, maybe 1,000 for the cheat meal, and then I will go over my calorie allowance for today, which is 2,500 calories with a cheat meal. But I'm not just going to overindulge and eat to myself till I'm full. I'm going to have Domino's pizza, an Easter egg that I've been waiting to eat for a while. I've had it for about 4 weeks now. It's a massive fruit and nut one. That I've been asking my girlfriend for about 5 years to get, and she just haven't even been able to get hold of one. But with the lockdown and everything, people weren't buying the Easter eggs, so when we went up to Tesco's one day, they had them, so we bought some. I know you're meant to be going shopping for priority items and stuff, but and essentials, but this was essential in my case. But no, like I said, all my calories throughout the day. Keep the steps up to 10k for today as well, maybe even more. I'm going to see the in-laws in a bit, so that'll get my steps back up probably around the 10,000 mark. I will be doing a chest workout as well today, which I'll record as well, which will be quite interesting. I'll probably run through my chest workout from home. And yeah, one thing I do want to do today is I've been doing all my physique updates flat, straight out of bed. If it wasn't the camera, the battery, 3 batteries on the last camera just had gone flat, so I charged those up. Now it was the memory card had gone dry, so I put another memory card in. So yeah, like I said, be getting out of bed, do my physique updates on a weekly basis, posting the video up on Instagram. The problem with that is I do feel I look really flat. I look quite skinny, and I don't know. You look at the videos, and I almost feel a bit embarrassed by it, because I just don't look like I train really. I don't know why. I just look really lean and really gaunt. So I think the important thing to take from this is not always read into the conditions you're in. Like, if I'd had a full high carb meal, got a pump and then came on with a camera, I think that the look of me would be completely different to getting out of bed straight up flat. So one of the things I'm going to do today is do my chest workout. Once the chest workout was done, I'm then going to come on camera and do a physique update. So that should be quite a good comparison to make from last week's physique update, so week 9, and this will be week 10's, but I'll put my weight up on the screen, but then at the same time I've eaten 2 meals, I've taken a pre-workout, and I've got a pump thing. This is the difference in my physique just from eating a bit and not getting straight out of bed and looking so flat. So that's my plan of action for today. One more topic I do really want to talk about is the sad passing really of Luke Sandoe, a bloke who competed in Mr. Olympia last year. I'll be honest, I don't really know. I didn't know the bloke personally, as many people don't who've paid tribute to him. I didn't really know of him before last year until he did his series with Redcon leading up to the Tampa Pro, where he finished second behind Dexter Jackson, and then I watched his road up to the Olympia then, where he placed 11th, which I was quite surprised at. But I think he even said in his videos that leading up to the Tampa. He kind of peaked then that year, and usually people peak like the week before, or you know, or do look better in condition a few days after a show. But I think he'd done a fair few shows. He'd done the Arnold Classic, he'd done the Arnold Australia, and he'd done the Tampa before the Olympia. And I think that's the Tampa's where he peaked kind of, and he looked brilliant. And I was surprised he didn't beat Dexter Jackson, to be honest. But you know, I guess it's all more to do with a reputation thing as well in bodybuilding. You don't just come into a show and win it straight away. So I think maybe next year, if he goes into the Tampa Pro and the Arnold Classic and stuff, he would have done much better than he done this year. I was like, yeah, you can't do much better than coming second, but you know, he'd likely be winning shows next year. But unfortunately, people had the news this week that he's passed away. I'm not going to speculate or go into what happened to him, but from some of the videos I've been watching on Instagram and on YouTube, I think he was really suffering with mental health, and some of the people who were closest to him have put videos up explaining their thoughts, not explaining what happened to him, but kind of giving you the gist of what went on. And I think if you read between the lines, you can understand what happened, which is really sad, because the bloke was, I think he was 30 or 31 years old. He had 2 kids under the age of 16, and he had a wife, I think, as well. So I really enjoyed watching his videos. He's a big bloke. I'm surprised he wasn't on the scene, because I follow bodybuilding quite closely, but not closely in the sense that I know all the up and coming ones. I kind of know the main guys of the time, if you see what I mean. So otherwise, a lot of people go in depth and they'll know all the up and coming bodybuilders. But you know, Luke Sandoe, he would have been Mr. Olympia one day, I think. I know that's brandish and thrown out there quite a lot of the time, but no, I really think he was potential to be a force in the Olympia. Although he did only place 11th, he just come in bad condition in 2019. So it was really sad news. I think it needs to be reiterated that the lockdown is probably not great for people's mental health. If you're already suffering from mental health problems, and then the lockdown occurred, and training is what he loved doing. I know he had a garage set up in his house, but it's just not the same release going to the gym and getting a workout in. It's not the same going into your garage and doing a workout that you're not really enjoying because it's not the gym environment. So obviously the lockdown may have had an effect on him, and maybe contributed towards his mental health kind of declining again. So I think he talked about in his videos about himself having mental health issues. I say issues, but struggling with mental health sometimes. But I said like the majority of in the UK, most people who commit suicide are men. So the other thing as well, we come across and we almost like to think we're macho and we're too tough to admit when we're struggling. But it's important that if you are struggling with mental health and things, you are getting bad anxiety and things are bothering you, it's best to speak up. And suicide is something, like I said, I'm not going to brandish and say that's what happened. I'm just reading between the lines of what videos I've seen online, but I do think it's something that needs to be talked about. You're not weak if you talk about it. I think you're weaker if you don't talk about it. I think it makes you more of a stronger person, I think, and more of a man if you come forward and just admit it. I think nowadays it's more important that we understand the mental health aspect of stuff and not try and be a bit old school and you're not tough, you're not mentally tough. And I don't really think that's an old school kind of mentality, which I don't think is very good in today's society and present today. I just don't think it's a good way of looking at it. It's not somebody's not weak because they struggle from mental health. A lot of people go through horrible things in their life, and just because they're struggling mentally, it doesn't mean they're weak. It just means they're suffering. I'm fortunate. I very rarely get issues like that. When I did university, I really struggled mentally through university. I was working full time as well and doing a degree full time, so that was really taxing on me. And I think I got to a dark place where I was kind of stuck in my own world. I'd have to become quite selfish because I had to do work, I had to gym, and I had to do my degree. So I think it's important that people realise when they are struggling to reach out to other people, because it is important that you talk about your problems, because if you keep it locked in, it's not great. But once I'd finished my degree and I graduated and I never had to do any academia anymore, I always said to myself I would never ever go back to university and do a master's or a PhD. Or probably PhD's out of my grasp anyway, but I mean, I'd never go back and do any of that, because mentally where I was, it wasn't healthy for me. And I've got a job. I was doing my degree alongside my job, which my company, lucky enough for me, were paying for my degree. So in that sense, I already had a job, so there was no need for me to go and get a master's or further my education. I never said I wouldn't do more further education. I've always wanted to get a personal training course completed, just for my own satisfaction, really. Yeah, something I enjoy more than I would have my degree. So I think that's something I will look at one day. But once I'd finished my degree, and that was a huge weight off my shoulders, I could then enjoy life. And I've built the strength now to kind of not let things worry me at all, to be honest. It's almost how hardened me the experience I went through with my degree, and I think it was really hard. It was working 7 till 5:30 because the program I was working on at work was quite a busy one. I'd go home, go to the gym, get home about 8ish, and then I'd have to do uni work. Then I'd have to prep my food for the next day, and it was like that over and over again. Then I'd travel back from Bristol to Cardiff on the weekend to see my girlfriend and family, and then I'd still then have to do uni work on the weekends as well. And the last year when I did my dissertation, full-time work and the gym and girlfriend and family, it was just too much. So I'm almost glad I went through that experience, because it's made me a more harder person. I find very rarely things will really bother me. If things bother me, they'll bother me for about 5 or 10 minutes and I'll forget about them. They might crop up in a few days' time and it just doesn't bother me anymore. Obviously, some things do bother me, some things will bother a lot of people. If somebody hurt your family, you'd be upset. So those kind of things still, I'm not just completely cold and have no feelings towards anything, but that's my take on the whole mental health thing. I guess I've kind of experienced it a bit, but not to the extent that Luke maybe did. Like I said, I didn't know the guy personally. On his videos, he had a great character. He was a nice guy, very sarcastic, and quite a funny bloke as well. And from all the things people say on the social media about him, he was a really nice guy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him at an expo or anything, and like I said, I didn't even know who he was until about 9 months ago. So it's a really sad day for bodybuilding. It's something it's a topic that is close to home, because my girlfriend's family have had a few issues with people doing a very similar thing to what happened with Luke. So I can relate, and it's a thing that is close to home for me. So it's a very sad thing, but the message I say about that is for him to rest in peace, and I'm sure he's throwing up some weights around upstairs with the likes of Rich Piana and Dallas McCarver. But I guess the message is, if you are feeling down and you do want to, you don't feel great, just make sure you do speak to people, and you do speak your mind, speak to your family. Go to somebody who you think you can trust first, and then speak to them. And if you feel like you want to open up to other people, then do so. So the message is clear and simple. If you are having issues, make sure you speak up and talk to people. So unfortunately, you have to finish on that note. But like I said, I didn't know the bloke, so I did want to pay a tribute to him, because I did enjoy watching his videos, and I think a lot of people in the industry enjoyed his company. And I guess that's that. What I'm going to do now is finish up editing last week's video, try and get that uploaded by the start of next week. I got to make some lunch, and then my chest workout. and then we're going in on the cheat meal. So I'm looking forward to that. Don't worry, I'll record the cheat meal, so it'll all be on the camera. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Right guys, this is just a little hack. If you are on a diet, this is a 60 calorie like fake frappuccino if you can make it at home. So it's so easy to make. So literally just take some milk. So simple. Add 1 cup of milk. So 120 grams of milk that is, which is 60 calories. That's the only calories in the whole thing. Add 1 cup of ice, which is already in there. 1 cup of ice is just a generous handful. 1 generous serving of instant coffee. You can use have an espresso machine or fresh espressos, but you gotta wait for it to cool because you don't want it hot when you put it in there. Take your low calorie syrup. This is salt and caramel, 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 carbs apparently. 1 tablespoon of that. Is that it? Oh, and the half a cup or the 1/4 of a cup of water, cold water. Sit that in there. Tighten it up. What we're going to do is pulse it first for a first few and then let it run on its own. And what you end up with is a fake frappuccino. This is a gin glass if you want to put it in there. Try not to get it everywhere like me. Yeah. I want to zoom in for that, Lou. Right, so this is what you end up with. It's like a frozen frappuccino you get from Starbucks. Don't quote me on it, it's not exactly like Starbucks, but for 60 calories, if you're, begging for something sweet and something nice, this is amazing. So just going to chug this down and enjoy it out in the sun. What's up guys, just got back from the in-laws. Don't worry, we kept our distance within the government guidelines. No, we went around to visit the in-laws to basically check up on them, see how they were doing. Basically we kept at a distance, so yeah, spent an hour and a half probably chatting to those, and then yeah, we walked back. I think I've got my steps in for today, so I've just chugged some pre-workout, the MB Pre. I've been having that for, I haven't run out yet, so that's why I'm using it. Definitely recommend it. It's, I'll pop it up on the screen somewhere here, just if you guys have never seen it before. But MB Pre, it's by Nova Pharma. They are from an American company, so they're a really good pre-workout, that is. I don't know why my camera keeps trying to autofocus, but anyway, I probably need to take it in for a repair. But smash out a chest workout now. I'm just going to warm up quickly. So chugged my pre-workout, chest is on the way. I won't bore people with running through a commentary or whatever, or a tutorial. What I'll do, I'll just show you what I could do for chest, and I'll put some music over the top, and I'll just slow the sets down just so you can kind of get an idea of what I do for a chest workout at home. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. It's nearly cheat meal time, so I'm buzzing. Kept my calories quite low today. I'm on about 1200 calories so far, which is not a lot, so I've got about 1300 extra to burn in my usual calorie allowance, so and utilise that and probably go over as well, because Domino's pizza is about 2000 calories, plus I'm going to eat an Easter egg, so my cheat meal will probably be about, I don't know, 3000 calories, so I'll probably be in a 1500 calorie surplus, which, you know what, it's not the end of the world. So I'll be back on it tomorrow and back on the diet for another 4 or 5 weeks until I feel necessary to have another cheat meal or enjoyable meal. So I'm going to get to the warm up now, and then I'll be ordering some big meal. I'll have a shower first. It's been really hot today, caught quite a good suntan today, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, buzz of this cheat meal. I'm so hungry now. Hopefully this pre-workout gets me through the workout, and yeah, stay tuned. guys? All clean now. Finished my chest workout. Absolutely starving now because I haven't eaten since like 3 o'clock and it's now nearly 8:30. So yeah, I was covered in suntan lotion. I felt pretty sweaty from the day, just boiling. So time to relax now. Kick back and just enjoy the evening. I've said I haven't had a cheat meal probably since Easter, which is 4 weeks. Don't pity me, I'm not asking for pity, I'm just saying, you know, in my personal opinion, I think I need one this weekend, just kind of boost things, get you know, give me that little bump along the road. So I'll probably fluctuate with my weight upwards probably, and then by the end of the week I'll be back down to where I am normally. Well, I mean, I've ordered a medium pizza and some garlic bread. So I'll have that. I'll eat it all probably, it doesn't really matter to me, I'm not bothered. Then I'm going to probably get onto this dairy milk egg. Just worked out there's 1200 calories per half egg in this, so, and it weighs like 450 grams the egg, so I'm probably have half the egg, which is about 1200 calories. And I'll probably have a few scoops of this Ben & Jerry's peanut butter cup. It's my favourite Ben & Jerry's. I like this all the time. Mrs. likes it as well. But I do hate sharing, but unfortunately we've only got one tub, so I'm going to have to. So Domino's is on its way, according to the app, which is apparently not even accurate. But hopefully it's better this time, because last time we had it was undercooked, horrible, soggy. So when it arrives, I'll show you what I got. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to dwell on Domino's too much. I'm just going to sit there and enjoy it. And yeah, that's it. It should be on its way any minute now, so I'm going to just get it eaten because I'm so hungry. Right, the pizza's here. I'm so hungry now. Like I said, I haven't eaten since 3 o'clock, so I don't want it to get too cold, but I went for a mighty meaty. I'll just show you just to make you a little jealous, if you're wondering. I'm going to literally demolish the whole thing now. And just, yeah, just enjoy the thing. We got a garlic bread also, and we're going to get on to watching the film on Netflix. I think it's called The Extraction. So we're looking forward to watching that. We haven't watched a film in ages. We usually watch a TV series, so I'm going to chow down on this. I'll probably do a time lapse or something just eating it, and yeah, I'll show you the dessert as well when we get around to it. But I'm just going to kick back and enjoy this, and you know, use the fuel for the next coming week. What's up guys, the pizza was absolutely demolished. I nailed it, and a few slices of the misses as well, and a bit of garlic bread. Just to put these cookies in, we made these at Easter. Don't be jealous, that's our dessert. Peanut butter cup ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, and 2 peanut butter cookies. I'll link the cookie recipe in the description. So easy to make, so give them a bash. I'm going to cut the video here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and also hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next video.